5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I definitely didn't just die. Hello, everyone. This is the intro now. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 6, right? It's 5.
No, it's like episode 8 or 9.
I'm almost positive it's 6. Anyways, episode number 1. It's been a while for us since we've last recorded. We've had issues with StreamYards and Doc getting back from his adventures out west. And
I mean, I'm still having my adventures out west. I'm staying here.
That's true. Doc finishing his expedition, I should say, which you did do.
Yeah.
Yes. But yeah, so it's been a while since it's recorded. It won't be a while for you guys. It'll be about a week. But we recorded Procopton, what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, not a good logistical strategy.
Yeah.
It's survivable. Also, this is episode 8.
It is? That's not... Oh, God. That's not okay.
We've been doing this for 2 months.
Wait, what was episode 5?
Episode 5 was Implicalis.
Oh, okay. Well then, we should probably tell you what episode 8 this is of, as I introduce ourselves. Starting with our new name for Doc, our grateful and gracious leader.
Okay. Yeah, howdy folks, Dr. Dino here, or Doc for short. I'm not an actual doctor, at least yet. I am a fossil preparator, currently finishing up, tying up loose ends with my expedition up in Wyoming. Might have a job somewhere soon, but I'm not gonna jinx it. I like dinosaurs, and I like spec-evo, and today we're going over an interesting spec-evo dinosaur thing. But we'll go over that in a minute. For that, Gojira.
Yep. My name is Gojira, and I am an... Sorry, I didn't die there. My name is Gojira, and I am an incoming master's student preparing to go to the University of Bristol.
And Dom.
Oh, I thought there was more to that. Hi, I'm Dino Dom, or Dominic, as I decided to just put my name there. I don't care. I am currently one of the VP interns at the Harvard Museum of Creative Zoology, MCZ. I might start shortening that because it's a mouthful, specifically on the preparator side. And yeah, I am actually very close to finishing up my first project, which is very cool. Can't say what it is though, but I'm close to finishing it up at least.
And together we are...
The Boneheads! That was
as it always is.
Yes.
Well, shall we introduce possibly a bigger bonehead than the rest of us?
I don't know if this... Well, this thing probably
That's saying a lot.
That's bones.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, more of a bonehead than all of us combined.
It's definitely a vertebrate.
Yeah.
Probably?
Yeah. Today, we're talking about the Reaper.
Yes.
Yes.
Again, the wheel has given us weird things. It's very odd that we get this very early on as our first aberration creature. But yeah, this thing, I should say that's not right. This is the xenomorph from the Alien series. Its spawn code is literally xenomorph.
I mean, it's obviously inspired by xenomorphs, but I think it still has some of its own stuff going on that's kind of neat.
It does, yes.
Yeah.
I have a lot of things.
It's like the xenomorph impregnated an Allosaurus.
Yes, very much so. But how do we want to start this first? Because it's our second spec-evo creature, right? We only had Gotcha before this?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. So, let's start with what its name means, and the dossier, which I am reading today, because I am abducting every aberration creature dossier. So, we're going to start with a very easy one. Its species and genus are unknown. It doesn't have one.
Okay.
Is an alien.
Well, let's do this a bit more. Voice. I don't know how to do a Wayland Yutani voice.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know who. You don't watch Alien. Well, and I
You-
can't do Sigourney Weaver. So you're getting normal Dominic. At home in the caverns, deepest chambers, Reapers are towering, terrifying apex predators. Beyond overwhelming their prey with fangs and claws, Reapers can burrow underground to set an ambush and fire acidic projectiles with their tails. Yet it is their macabre method of reproduction that's the most frightening feature. Bizarrely, a female Reaper's tail doubles as a reproductive organ, but only when piercing human survivors. Once impregnated, the survivor carries the young Reaper until it bursts from their chest in a grotesque, disturbing spectacle. If created by a female Reaper, I strongly urge you that the survivor killed the embryo via exposure to radiation. However, there are rumors that Reapers might imprint themselves on a survivor who possesses a Reaper pheromone gland. This has led some mad survivors with dreams of riding on the back of a Reaper try to see the gestation period through to the end, but it's extremely dangerous, not to mention disgusting. Well, I guess that gives us our first starting point on how would this thing actually breed if we ignore the in-game mechanic of it only work on human?
The term is oviposition, right?
It's an ovipositor, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a common thing with insects. I don't
Yes.
think any vertebrates do
No.
it, which is interesting.
There might be
Let
like
me-
a fish, maybe.
Let's see.
I guess would we count seahorses?
Yes, that's a vertebrate.
Well, I mean, do they?
Oh,
The
no!
females do typically oviposit into males.
Yeah, but
Uh,
what the thing's doing is it's injecting its eggs into a.
There is one. The female bitterlings in the genus Rhodius have an ovipositor in the form of a tubular extension of the genital orifice.
What is this? What creature?
Rhodius, it's a kind of fish, like a cyprinid fish called a bitterling.
It's a bitterling. Okay.
And
I've never heard of these fish.
the marbled newt actually oviposits its eggs. It
Cool. So while you may think this is a really cool fish, a bitterling looks like if you put fish into an AI. I sent it to our chat. You see the active notification.
Oh wow, yeah, that is stock fish.
That is a fish.
Yeah.
That's what
that's
it
a
looks
lot
like.
of fish.
that is a fish.
I'll just put that exact image in the video. I'll just overlay its face
Yeah.
onto the Reaper.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. That's weird.
So yes.
Fun fact. Oh, there's more fun facts about this bitterling. It was used to test women's pregnancy, as if you would put pregnant women urine on it, its ovipositor would react and start functioning.
So kind of like frogs.
Yeah, well, exactly
Kinda?
like
Yeah.
exactly like the frogs. Yeah.
Huh.
Which is probably how this
Interesting.
thing works. Actually, that might be
Though-
why it works on humans.
It was later discredited, I hear.
The frog thing is a 99% accuracy.
Oh, I meant the bitterling thing.
Oh, maybe. I know the frog thing is insanely good.
Yeah.
Oh, I also have the ovipositor picture.
Well,
It's not. It's not graphic.
We'll
don't
see if
worry.
we can put that in the.
It's not.
We'll see if we can put that.
Hold
in the
I just sent it, but
Oh,
It might,
yeah, that's
we
interesting.
might get demonetized for it, but
it's fine. It's a fish. We'll put a warning if you don't want to see fish tube. Yeah.
fish tube.
Fish tube. But yes. So there are vertebrates. Now, mind you, what type of vertebrate do we think this is? Because unlike Gotcha, who is very clearly is an Arthrin, this one is very, as most aberration creatures are, very much evolved past.
So if I could take a stab at it,
Mhm.
I mean, whatever it is, it's obviously extremely derived.
Oh God, yes.
Like, whatever this is, it would probably start like a whole new family in
Oh,
like limit
yeah.
and classification.
Oh God, yeah.
if not order. I think the most likely candidate is probably some sort of theropod.
Probably.
No, I would
Is it-
argue it's an amphibian. But you go first.
Well, like, what? Is there any other group that walks like theropods do? Or at least dinosaurs, sensu lato.
Arkosaurs? Because like things like post
Yeah, like bipedal Arkosaurs.
Yeah,
Ah.
Has that
like-
method of locomotion ever evolved again?
No, it hasn't. Not really. I'm trying to think because because no mammals become bipedal.
Well, except for a couple.
But yeah, but I mean, like the reason why this body plan works is because they become bipedal with an exceptionally long tail. Nothing else really did that.
Yeah.
Is there
An long tail, long rear legs? Like, I think it has to be some sort of derived dinosaur.
derived?
Most likely theropod.
Oh god, yeah.
But dinosaur something.
Why don't we do some comparative zoology right now?
Yep.
Because it has 4 toes. So
it does.
That means it has to be excessively.
Yes.
Basic's the wrong word.
Basal.
Thank you.
Ooh, sorry, I just had an idea. What about a bipedal crocodilian like Postosuchus?
That would, in my opinion, make more sense.
Yeah. It's also digitigrade. So
it is digitigrade.
That is true, and I mean we can't really get a look at the ankle joint.
Well, do we think that
the ankle joint can cinch it?
Actually, do we think what's behind on their ankle joint? Do we think that's 2 toes? Or 1?
I think that might just be
like a spike.
Like more of whatever's causing the rest of the spikes.
I guess, yeah, you're right.
Maybe like a mutation.
Well, an extension of the metatarsals like this, which I'm guessing it's metatarsals because it's moving with them.
Just so exceptional.
That happens in especially quick running or jumping animals. They'll get extensions like that.
This is
leverage.
a digging animal, but it does appear they do overwhelm. So, mind you, I think the digging might be an adaptation for also we need to take into account that aberration is probably the most distinct map. Well, yes, I probably technically Genesis and extinction, blah blah blah, but aberration is by far nature gone to the extreme. Because scorched earth is just a desert.
Maybe really quick, we should explain like what environment does this creature live in? Because it form follows function.
It evolved in the deepest caves of aberration, or the other thing is the males tend to live on the surface. They're exceptionally radiation resistant when they get older. So they're very much extremists.
So very extreme creatures. Extreme creatures. Why I sound like an Animal Planet.
The most extreme.
The most extreme. Thank you.
I love that show.
It's such a good show. The most
that
extreme.
Is Crocodile Hunter, Jeff Corwin, Animal Face Off. Those were my most extreme.
Christ, I haven't heard that tile.
Yes, it is a classic.
Probably obviously in a very sci-fi way. It's probably been warped by the radiation of the Ark.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's it was like it pulled a Godzilla and was heavily mutated.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Now,
that does happen with radiation. It just usually develops into cancer. But
which we could explain with the emaciation and weird protuberances everywhere.
Which could be cancerous?
Actually, yes. Yeah. Or at least have some origin in...
At least initially.
Like malformed cellular...
Antlers are cancer, technically.
Yeah, antlers are cancer.
So, this is a king, right? This isn't a queen?
Yeah, this is a king.
I've checked their models aren't different, by the way. So we can look at the tail if we want to see the ovipositor.
Any
Okay.
man who must say I am the
Um,
king is no true king.
Is there a way to hot freeze time?
I do not
There-
know. Let me check.
You get
Where?
you get the world stand.
Okay, let's see if this crashes my game. Oh, well, it paused me too, but
That works, I guess.
at least we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
So,
let me.
oh, the other thing is that this is a eusocial vertebrate, which means it's the second ever eusocial vertebrate that we know of.
Okay, so it's frozen here, so we can get a good look at the tail end. Okay. So the ovipositor, it's probably going to be the one with the extra green striping,
I would assume.
and that's also where its poison comes out of, I think.
Which would make sense. It's a narcotic
Right.
poison, so it makes sense to knock out the thing that you're injecting your babies in. I'm almost positive that's what wasps do when they
Or
do it.
well, wasp is more paralytic usually. I think. I think it's usually more paralytic. I'm not sure if it is.
Yeah,
always.
it's more paralysis based.
Again, that's might be an arc thing of all poison is narcotic, technically.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, it is 9 p.m. and that means that the siren's going off.
Yes! Perfect timing.
Yes.
You're gonna be attacked by an army of reapers. But yeah, so now the other thing is, I would assume that again, I mentioned earlier these eusocial. I would assume that the queen does mate with the males and then ovipositors, and but because there is a male and female, they haven't gone away with the genders.
Potentially. I mean, considering they are reptiles,
Yeah.
well, if they are reptiles, like their
Yeah.
sex could be temperature dependent.
That's true, and that would make maybe that would make maybe
But,
that's
like,
why they evolved to do it inside things, so it's an easy temperature control because of how the caves that they live in are very extreme. That could actually be a reason why they weirdly decided to put their eggs in living things, because they are
yeah, I
eggs.
mean, like the dossier says they only impregnate humans. They
Yeah.
probably do with other creatures as
I would
well,
assume it's probably a mammal thing. They probably do it to mammals,
or at least
warm-blooded.
endotherm.
Yeah.
Also, its eye. I'm just noticing its eye is really migrated forward.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
It's very much
Yes.
pushed,
And
which
it's very small.
that might be a cave thing. That's probably a cave thing.
It's forward,
Yeah.
but it doesn't have binocular vision.
Yes, it does.
It's
It
not.
doesn't.
I
It does
mean,
not.
it kind of doesn't need it.
No. I would assume these things probably sense vibrations in the ground, like most things down here. I think what only rock drakes don't like dig or use the cave systems, and because they climb. Now, its claws and hands are also massive, but that's probably a digging thing.
Digging, yeah.
But
It
it
does
also-
have thumbs.
Yeah, it's opposable too. They're mentioned. They are both of its side fingers are opposable.
Really?
Yeah, or well, it has opposable thumbs. Yes. So they
Okay.
are grasping.
And I mean, obviously, like we've already mentioned it, but the design is very alien inspired.
Yes.
But like this one is more of a dinosaur.
Very much
mean,
more.
it's-
It
Ooh,
also
wait,
Very
I'm
different way of
looking
putting it.
here.
has scales.
So these pads have scales on them, so they're not osteoderms. Or at least not
Yeah.
all of them are osteoderms.
I would assume again because those look like this thing probably lost a lot of its scale-like features for these almost fleshy stuff. It's very interesting. It's
And like do we think the fins might be like a display thing?
oh god, yeah.
Probably.
I would assume
Yeah.
I would assume that the fins are actually probably hey, look, this one's the king / queen. This is the dominant
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, a general rule of thumb is if something seems like unusual or too extravagant, it's a display structure.
Yeah,
It's for courtship.
Often.
usually.
No. Also, its head and neck are really huge. I'm just noticing that.
Yeah, it's like
Like, they look too big
big
for.
beefy neck compared to the thin body.
I would assume that also might be a digging thing because it's very much a cylinder. So what might be through its digging? It's like dragging its cylinder-shaped body because its head is also very much like a bulb.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of a Sicilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, its teeth are interesting too. So much its mouth.
Yeah. It's very like they're kind of curved backwards, but not sure
They're very conical, which would go along here. Let me freeze it really quick.
Yeah.
That would go along with the
yeah.
hypothesis that they're like a pseudoscian.
Yeah, but the top teeth are like that. The bottom teeth almost like pencil thin.
Whereas the upper teeth are very like thick and like curved like backwards.
Yeah, because I wonder what that might be to hold something still almost. That might be an adaptation. Well, one to like drag prey back to the nest because these things have nests. They go on hunting parties. They have nests, or a adaptation to hold something still while it stabs you with the ovipositor. It like grabs you with its hands and face, and then injects you.
Yeah, that is probably important to take into account. Like, it's not just using its head for predation.
No.
Like, it has a poison. It has poison. Like, it's going to use that.
Yeah.
It has really large, dexterous hands. Like, it doesn't need to have like big slicing teeth if it can just inject.
Its feet are also really big too.
Its feet,
which are,
I think the feet, like, they're too big for the body, but they're the right size for the full animal. If that makes sense.
Yes, that's true. But that's because the body is very much emaciated looking. Their eyes also glow.
Ooh, actually, we can get a good silhouette here.
Yeah.
It's out of proportion, kind of.
Yes. That also, again, I would assume that's a aberration thing. I think we'll probably get more into this when we talk about the Ravagers or the light creatures that or actually Paleontologists in the Carcanos as well. Aberration does weird things because when you put a bunch of creature, if you know the lore of Ark, Aberration is a failed Ark. It is an Ark that that's a cool little
that's
animation.
Its eating animation.
That's a cool little animation.
Okay.
Goes on all fours to eat.
Really quick, when did Aberration come out?
Aberration came out. Aberration Ark. Aberration came out in 2017, December 12th. 7 years ago.
I wonder how much this is inspired by Indominus.
That might be part of it too.
Like it. So
honestly,
for anyone who hasn't seen Jurassic World,
that might be part of it.
Jurassic World featured a new creature called the Indominus Rex, which was a hybrid of a bunch of different things.
That I really like.
That is very mid.
Oh, I'll have to tell you guys when we're done recording, but I know one of the people now who helped design Indominus.
I'm aware.
Did you ask them? What'd you ask them?
I'll tell you boys later.
That's a secret conversation for later.
Yes.
Anyway,
it's a prize tool that can help us later.
Yeah.
Especially with the large arms and the dexterous hands. If I can make it eat again. Like when it ate.
It goes in all
that
fours.
That feels like Indominus right there.
That does. Yeah. Also, that would support the Pseudoscian route, it going on all fours to eat.
Yeah.
Because theropods can't do that.
Like, that would explain, like how long the tail is to support both that big head and the long arms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does have pronated wrists too, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, but we don't know if it's a dinosaur, so we don't know if that actually means anything or not. Can you spawn a baby Reaper, by the way? I want to see what the differences onto genetical differences are.
You can go ahead and talk while I get the code. I'm just looking.
No, we're gonna sit here in silence waiting for you.
Yes.
Oh,
Sit
you
in-
know what I can do while we wait?
I
I
did
have
not
no
hear a
idea.
single word of that.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
yes.
So I didn't realize this. There's an R Reaper. So I
Yes.
can probably
There's a bunch of different Reapers.
put one of these in here. And is
Yeah.
Reaper Prince the baby?
Maybe? Let me check. Reaper print. We might as well spawn it, see what happens. Yeah, that it looks like that is the difference. Yeah.
But wait, that is a bit of an issue. The Reaper baby, it has the body plan of the insect. So
Wait, what do you mean? Oh,
Wait.
we're going to see this. Okay.
or
Well, mind you, caterpillars only have 6 legs, despite having a billion. So we'll see.
yeah,
Well, the code isn't working.
Okay, then let's grab a picture of a Reaper prince and put it on thing.
in a Reaper baby.
No, a Reaper prince looks the exact same.
I was thinking of like the larva-ish, like the Reaper
Yes.
baby.
The Reaper babe. Oh, yes, yeah. So it has
It's
no
in a-
eyes.
Which
Huh.
honestly makes more sense for a cave-dwelling creature.
Well,
Since it
again,
doesn't really need them.
also eusocial, so that makes sense. I could believe that some of those are not, that 2 of those are not real limbs, but that is very much,
Pseudolimbs?
yeah. Well, yeah, because like caterpillars have pseudo limbs.
Yeah, but it looks exactly the same as the other 2 pairs, so
Well, that's the issue. Again, that's very much xenomorphy. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
based on the idea that those are
Whoop.
fake. Ooh, this is the R Reaper,
There we go. Okay, you're not friendly.
and
Oh.
your Reaper. Away he goes.
oh god.
Bye, buddy.
Well,
Okay.
I'll get him. I wanted to spawn the R variant in just to see it.
Yeah, new patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, hi, Megalosaurus.
Just
Don't mind me, I'm
spoiler.
just-
Don't spoil it.
Yes.
Oda who?
Ooh. Yeah, that is kind of a spoiler, but I like the Megalosaurus.
I do too. I love its playstyle.
I think it's alright.
It's
I think
furry and adorable.
I think it's pretty good.
Dom's furry confirmed.
No, I'm going to murder all of you. I will
while I'm
burn
getting
this
guy back up-
Mesozoic holotype Europe for sale now. Sorry. I like that. I like
Well,
holotypes.
Shameless, but
actually,
also respect hustle.
Listen, while I'm... Oh, there's a nameless. While I'm moving this guy, I just remembered something interesting about the Reaper, and that
Mhm.
it can jump.
Yes, it can.
And actually pretty well, especially for such
Well,
a massive creature. Why
Let's
are you
kill this.
doing that?
Let's kill this
Let's
nameless.
kill the monkey. Kill the
Why
monkey.
do you take so little damage? What the
'Cause
hell?
You're on a level 6 Reaper,
Yeah.
and that's like
What?
that's a lot of nameless. Is that an alpha nameless?
Maybe?
Yes,
Oh.
that's exactly what it is. That's an alpha nameless.
Why won't
Oh.
you die? Net
Yeah, look-
Reaper machine, son.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is.
I'll take care of this eventually, but
Oh, it's
should
not
we
just a
talk about
really
how
big
it's-
nameless. Oh, they get big. Why do they get big? I didn't know they got big.
I don't know.
Well, I
King
guess
Kong
we'll
just
explore
runs
that
around.
if we roll nameless.
Well, for crying out loud, they keep spawning.
But that's what they do. They
Just
keep
will not.
they
die.
keep calling
but
and
I'm
keep
not-
spawning.
I'm not in the radiation zone.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't?
No. It's because
Fine.
there's.
I'm taking my kings and leaving.
I must go now. My planet needs
My
me.
planet needs me.
They're gonna come over here.
I'm aware.
Okay, boing.
Boing.
Yeah, so, should we talk
Yeah.
about how weird it is that a creature this big can jump? Let
Yeah,
alone as
It
much as
probably,
What?
mind you, it is built very thinly, I guess.
Yeah, but still, it's got to be like at least a
gigantic.
couple tons,
I would
at
assume,
least,
yeah. It's like, what is it? Is it T-Rex sized?
if not bigger.
Oh, it bigger.
Oh, it is.
So yeah,
Oh,
it could probably not jump realistically,
no.
No.
even with those piston-shaped legs and those big feet.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of weird.
thinking-
Like
I-
you would like
Okay, I thought it retreated. It didn't. Are you stuck in place? Is that your malfunction?
That might be it.
which is kind of weird. Like, why would like a cave-dwelling creature be adapted for jumping in long distances?
Well, that might be in reference to its arch nemesis.
Huh?
Its
Oh,
staff.
yeah.
It just can't move.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Like I'm trying ghost and fly and it's not working.
That might be a R Reaper thing, maybe.
Hmm.
Bye, buddy.
Oh,
Well,
friendship.
mind you, there
friendship
isn't
ended
much
with
to
Reaper.
talk about, because if we want to talk about social stuff, we have cooler social things in this game. Because we have like Titanomyria and giant bees, and I guess roll rats.
giant bees.
We don't know. I'm assuming roll. Actually, I don't know. Roll rats are social, but this. If you didn't know, this is probably gonna be a shorter video because this is a
It's a
spec-evo.
xenomorph.
It's a
movie
xenomorph.
reference.
Yeah, it's a spec-evo xenomorph.
Well,
Which is kind of cool, but
yes,
mm,
there are cooler things like its compatriot that's based on the predator, the rock drake, which is really cool, and I love it.
And we should let them fight in the Theropterid video.
We might do
Yeah,
that
that'd be
actually.
fun.
That's not a bad idea. I'm going through the other things and seeing if there's anything else.
oh, it can move now.
Oh, okay then.
Let's see.
This guy is hard to control.
Oh, I will mention it does have acidic blood. Like
Like the alien.
like the alien.
Yep. Again, it's a Dino
Um,
spec-evo xenomorph.
It is immune to radiation or highly resistant to it. Again, sorry folks, there's not much to talk about. Again, xenomorph. So, at about the 30-minute mark, at least in recording, do we want to rank it already? I will ask.
Could we
I
do
guess
like
we could talk about maybe osteoderms and
Again,
body
no,
a...
no.
Oh,
Bye.
That's your punishment for mentioning osteoderms.
Yes, you mentioned osteoderms. You die. I
Like,
send
so-
you to the void.
What's like our bottom line for our ideas on what this thing is? So,
I would probably.
my bet is a pseudosoupian.
I'm gonna go weird early tetrapod.
I'm gonna go like very weird, like alien creature that evolved long ago.
Now, mind you,
Yeah,
there's
so we
always
have
a
our
third
guesses.
option. Actually, no, it can't be the third option. Never mind. The third option was it's altered by humans, but it can't be because aberration specifically is its nature left. It's it's the Arks left to their own devices, so it can't be that.
Because it wouldn't surprise me if this thing was like a alien creature that arrived on Earth or Ark's Earth like millions of years ago and was given time to evolve in a way that emulated like
Yeah, I guess.
the early Mesozoic stuff.
That's
I mean,
an
or
idea.
like depending on how their reproduction works, if they like absorb traits of the incubee, I don't know how to say it. The thing that's
The-
incubating them, like it could have just stuck itself in a dinosaur.
I
Probably.
guess,
That's
yeah.
why it's so dinosaur-y after a bunch of generations.
Probably.
Hmm.
So, anyways, shall we rank it?
I'm good with ranking it. Who wants to begin?
We'll start with me like we always do. Guys, you're gonna hate us, but this is a B tier design. It's a cool looking xenomorph. I like xenomorph, but it's xenomorph. It gets relish to the bin that is B tier.
I will probably say high B tier, like B plus. Yeah, it is basically Xenomorphosaurus, but it's still a pretty cool design. And we mentioned that it's similar to the Indominus Rex, and honestly, if they had this design for the Indominus Rex for Jurassic World, it would have demonstrated like the themes of like, excess and greed a hell of a lot better.
Okay.
Instead of the bland, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'll give it a B plus.
Honestly, I think I'm on the same. Well, I don't know. I'm weird. I like Indominus, but
Same.
I'd give this a B. Like it's an alien reference
I
ported
like
into a
Alien.
dinosaur game.
I like Alien. Alien isn't
It's-
bad.
Yeah,
It-
Aliens.
it just-
Well,
it is
Alien Isolation, and Aliens is good. The
Well-
rest is we don't talk about.
If we get into a movie Stunlock, just let me finish.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's a movie reference ported into a dinosaur game, so it kind of fuses the two.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's an okay tame. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to tame them when I play
No.
Aberration, and
They're
that's kind of the
cooler.
boundary point. That's kind of the boundary point for me between B and A.
Yeah.
Like, would I tame these in my free time? And the answer is no. I'll tame Ravagers. I'll tame a lot of the other Aberration creatures, but
Or
nah,
Es-
B.
I think actually Doc said it best. My opinion is also especially is this is a difficult tame. If I do not want to go out of my way to get this really difficult tame, it's a B. It's not a bad design though. But
Yeah, it's a cool design.
so with that, as I share my screen,
Yes, and I take down Ark for now.
haha, we're back
you
from
need to get
definitely
some
not a
ad block.
cut.
Yeah, you need to get
Many-
ad block.
It's fine. Don't worry. See,
Yeah, okay.
why'd they vanish for? Okay then. Anyways, Reaper goes all the way up
Climbing up the ranks.
to the depths of B tier. Where do I want to put it in
where
B tier?
within B?
Above Angler, I think.
Above Angler.
I don't know about that.
I would say between. I'd say between Diplo and Kentro.
Oh, I see right there. Which I think is
Like,
the middle
it's kinda
ground
split in the
exactly.
difference.
So,
I think it's a good
Yeah.
compromise.
yeah.
We have a
So,
lot of beats.
and with that, to the wheel, where we definitely won't change
To
shirts.
the wheel!
To Sophia.
Howdy there, folks. Hope you enjoyed the episode on the Reaper. Got into a lot of spec-evo stuff and got real weird with all the aberration things.
My favorite.
Hey, aberration's cool.
Aberration's the best Ark map. Just full stop.
Yeah, fair. Let's see. Well, now that we are finished with the king and queen, shall we see what next we have? That
Yes.
was meant to rhyme. That did not rhyme. That was
No, it didn't.
We shall.
But yes.
distraction.
Oh,
Shiny spinny lights.
I can't wait for the distraction to not be Andrew Sarkis.
No
No,
way.
God, why?
it is.
Now there's an Arthrin.
I hate everything.
Hey, we get to touch on
Yes.
durable armor.
I get to go in a. Because that is just
Oh, yeah.
normal armor. We also get to talk about the fact of how this thing.
Well, Dom.
It's fine. It's fine.
You know what to do.
The Wikipedia
It's-
page has 3 different
Fine,
labels for this
everything's
thing's
fine.
armor, by the way. 3 different labels. awful. Yeah, yes. Meet us next week. We have to talk about an armadillo with a mace for a club, and yeah,
Well,
and
a mace for a club. How interesting.
tail. Q. You don't have to bleep that. Yes, it'll make more work for you. Anyways, but yeah.
Well,
Um,
yeah. If you want to see Dom get somewhat rationally angry at a spiky, armored, adorable ball of fun, join us next week, folks. Thanks for watching.
yes.
Make sure you
Eh,
do the whole YouTube liking, subscribing, all that stuff. Share this with a paleo-loving friend.
Yes.
We'll see you
Oh,
soon.
and before we actually go, I'm gonna mention that we record a lot of these videos in prep, behind the scenes. This is our first video recorded after Allosaurus came out. Thank you so much for all the support. We are a baby channel with 3 nerds. Thank you so much from the bottom of all of our hearts.
Yeah, thank you,
That
folks.
is all.
We really have received a lot of support so far, and
Thank you
we're
very
really
much.
excited to see how this series goes.
Yes.
We'll just be at
Yes.
like 4,000 subs by the time we hit Doticarus.